Welcome to the Art of Likeability, where you learn the secrets to becoming more likable in all areas of your life. Increasing your likability improves your relationships, and improved relationships increases your success in all areas of your life. Let's jump in with your host, Arel Moody.
What's going on, family? Arel Moody here, your host of the Art of Likeability. So excited to be talking with you today. We're going to be going over something that I think is extremely beautiful and helpful in your relationships with people. And again, if you're here, hopefully you'll be improving your likability. You improve your likability, you improve your relationships, you improve you improve your success and happiness. And if you don't want more success and happiness, I'm afraid to tell you, listening to the wrong podcast. Today, I want to talk about an idea of when you're actually having an interaction with someone, a key in likability, a key in getting that person to like you and feel amazed by you. There's a great quote, and I don't know who said it or else I'd give them credit, but it's an amazing quote that says, "The best present is presence. The best present is presence." Now, presence in this case, it's spelled Presence, as in being with them. Now, we talked about the importance of shining the light, like the spotlight, if you will, on the person that you're talking to. Now, I want to go deeper into what the idea of presence is. When you are speaking with someone, if they feel that you're present in the moment, that is extremely valuable into them feeling like you care about them and you like them. How does a person know? Well, it's a funny thing. If you're thinking about your grocery list or about your project at work or about how your kids are doing this or doing that, people can feel it. And sometimes you think you can get away by like looking at someone and smiling and nodding your head and going, and doing all those cool active listening strategies that you've picked up along the way. But in your mind, if you're thinking about something completely different, the person that's listening, the person that you're speaking to, that's speaking to you, they're going to feel it and they're going to know. They feel if you're distracted. Now, most people won't say anything, but most people have a good enough sense to feel it. Now, you may say, "No, but Arel, I'm really good at it. I am an actor. I am an actress. I can make people feel as if I'm listening, even though my mind's in another place." The truth is you can't, and you shouldn't. When you're having a conversation with someone, you should be totally present. When you're talking to them, if you have something in your head, if you need to get something written on a piece of paper so you can revisit it later, just say, "Hold on one second. I just want to write a thought down before I forget." Write down the thing that's on your mind. And once it's down on paper, you don't have to worry about thinking about it. It's one of the things I learned from a book about organization called Getting Things Done, which was a really great strategy that if you try to keep things in your head, it gets lost, it gets confused. It's just not a great system. As soon as you get it on paper, you don't have to think about it. All you got to do is check that piece of paper or check wherever you wrote down, and it's there. So if you have something that's mulling in your head that you have to think about now, pause the conversation, write the thing down, I like using my phone. I have the notes section of my smartphone. I just put in the notes into my smartphone and then focus on the conversation at hand. Now, how do you show in the moment that you've been paying attention to the person? You ask in-depth questions. You show that you actually care. Now, here's a super secret ninja strategy for having that presence, but building it in the future. So if you talk to someone today, the best way to show that you've been giving them presence is later to follow up with them about something that you spoke about. So let's say you spoke to someone and you found out they were preparing for a marathon training. A few days later, you may want to text them or email them, or when you see them at the water cooler, say, "Hey, just checking in. How's your marathon training going? How's your most recent workout?" Showing that you remember something and casually bringing it up in the future makes people like you. It shows that you care. Now, again, you can't do this unless you actually care. So I'm hoping that you genuinely care. But it's a great strategy. Whenever you have a conversation with someone, look for something that you can bring up in the future. You may want to take a quick note in your phone about it. What I like to do as a reminder is if someone tells me something and I want to bring it up in the future, when I leave that conversation, I'll go into my calendar on my phone, and I'll put in a reminder that might say, check in with John and see how everything's going with his new art project. And I'll put in a reminder, and then I'll shoot it and say, hey, just wanted to check in, see how that's going. It shows that you care. So if you have conversations with your colleagues, with potential clients, even with your clients, well, with anyone, honestly, pay attention for something that you can bring up, something of interest to them. And then bring that up casually in conversation, or schedule a time in the future for you to bring up that thing, whatever it is that you talked about. So you must give presence when you are talking with people. If your mind is in 1,000 other places, people will feel it. You are not a good enough actor. You are not Tom Hanks. You are not Denzel. You are not fill in the blank of whoever you think is a good actor. The truth is, even these people, I'm sure, couldn't pull that off that well. We just can sense it. When people speak to you, be focused on that conversation. And then ask deep questions in the middle of that conversation. And then after the conversation, casually bring up one of the points that happened in a previous conversation. And schedule a time or schedule a time to follow up with that person. It could be only a 5-second interaction, but for that person, it shows that you were giving them presence and you cared, and that makes you more likable. What I find fascinating too is that I do this with, it works very, very well with clients or potential clients. I really believe that when you're doing business, if you can actually build relationships and have fun with people, it's a win-win. You get to offer your products or services, you get to build your career, and you get to make friends doing it. You know, one of the things I love about my speaking engagements and the work that I do is that all of my clients really do become my friends. I interact with them. I genuinely care about their well-being. And it's way more fun to do business with people that you like and that are your friends. So when you're talking to, your colleagues, whether it's your boss or a associate or potential client, find out something that's important to them and bring that up. It'll show that you care, and it'll make people want to go to bat for you. And for clients, potential clients, they're going to want to do business with you, because if in your sales call, all you say is, hey, just wanted to follow up on that widget order to see if you want to buy 5,000 orders of widgets. Let me know what you think. If that's all that you say, it's too cold. It's not going to give you the step above. Instead, you might say something like, hey, Mary, hope all's going well with you in that marathon training. I hope to see you at mile 26.2 soon. Just wanted to check in and see if you had any forward movement with the order of the 5,000 widgets. Let me know if I could be of any support. Keep running, Aurel Moody. Everyone knows that you're a business professional. Have softening statements. Checking in with someone on something that you previously talked about is a good softening statement. So if I just jump right in and say, hey, you gonna order that stuff? That's too cold. It's too hard. Softening statements is bringing up something from your past conversation. It shows that you care, shows that you're paying attention. So give this a shot. Let me know how this works for you. Try giving people presents and then bringing up something from the conversation in future, checking in or casually in a conversation, and notice how that builds your ability to have people like you. And hopefully you're building deep relationships, and hopefully you're receiving more success, and hopefully you're happier, because that's what this podcast is all about. So send me a tweet, hit me up at Aurel Moody. I've been getting amazing messages from people directly on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and my email info@artoflikability.com. So keep them coming. I want to hear from you. It's been really great to see the podcast jump to the top of the charts in various different categories, and one of the highest iTunes podcasts, which is really cool. So it's been an honor to do this. I'm going to keep coming with the good stuff if you keep listening to the good stuff. So hit me up. Let me know what you think. Try this out. Let me know how it works for you, and I'm here for you. Oh, and I just want to tell you one thing. You are awesome. Sending you a big high five.
Thanks for listening to The Art of Likeability. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast for more awesome info on how you can improve your likability and improve your life. Until next time, remember, you are awesome!